These two invoices, there's only two, as stated, they were during the period of time prior to the governing body approving the new purchasing policy. So at the time they were requisitioned. So this is kind of a formality. The first one, as pointed out, was also above director authority, even with the current purchasing policy. And at the time, it wouldn't have been approved by Cheryl. So, and the second one is merely a requisition issue. Very small.
Anything else to present? If there's anyone in the audience that would like to make a public comment on new business item number 2, now would be the time. No one stepping forward. Questions for Laura about new business item number 2?
Move that we approve new business item number 2.
Second.
Motion Freeman, second Shute, that we approve expenditures for goods and/or services incurred by the electric department, which were outside of the city's previous purchasing policy and procedures at the time they were requisitioned per KSA 12-826, and one of which is additionally above the purchasing authority threshold for directors per the current purchasing policy. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
No.
New business item number 2 passes. New business item number 3, consider a restated petition for the formation of a benefit district for street, water, and sewer infrastructure to serve the new school campus, and adopt a resolution determining the advisability of certain internal improvements in the city of Gardner, Kansas, authorizing such improvements in accordance with the findings of the governing body and KSA 12-6A01 et sequitur, and repealing resolution number 1885 USD 231 school campus. Laura.
I'm going to go ahead and walk through the time. I'm going to go ahead and walk through the timeline, especially for the benefit of the video. But this is essentially, on the big picture, you are again amending the boundaries of the benefit district for the school campus. We've already done this before. We're doing it again for a different reason, but that's where we're starting from. We'll start with that large umbrella. So in March 2012, you approved the original petition to form the benefit district. In April 2012, we issued temporary notes to finance the construction of the improvements. And in December 2012, you may recall that we amended the boundaries to leave out a mature tree row and convey that property to the property owners so that they would not be part of the benefit district. The final roadway alignment of Grand Street resulted in a gap. The road was redrawn, and it resulted in a gap, and I provided you with a drawing that was 2 parcels, one owned by the city and one owned by the school district, between where the road is now and where it was originally intended to go, the platted right-of-way. So the city no longer needs the right-of-way, and neither the city nor the school wants to maintain this property. So it is advantageous to convey it to the property owners in their backyards. The boundary is being revised to leave out those 2 tracts of land that the city and the school don't want to maintain and they don't need in order to convey it to the property owners. And the revision of the boundary has no impact on the funding because the city and the school have committed to sharing those costs. So leaving out that parcel has no impact. And the school district has already approved their re-petition for you to reform the benefit district slightly smaller. And they approved that at their February 10th meeting. The only other change to their original petition and their amended petition, they've all been the same, was that they actually accurately reflected the amount of cost of the improvements in paragraph B. They've revised it down. And that was the only changes that were made.
Do you have anything else to present on this? With that being the case, if there's anyone in the audience that would like to make public comment regarding new business item number 3. No one stepping forward. Questions for Laura regarding new business item number 3?
Laura, I have one question really quickly. Obviously, these plots are being conveyed, correct? They're not being, there's no remuneration or anything like that, no exchange of money being...
I don't believe so. That wasn't the intent.
All right, so Mr. Jordan, who's 600, his yard will be increased by 1/3, correct? I'm just asking the question. And that's going to be just conveyed, it's deeded back for no charge, or $1 or whatever the conveyance would be on that, correct? Okay.
Other questions?
And what happens if this item's not approved?
Then the boundaries would not be changed.
And so
And the city and the school will be maintaining those parcels with the expenses associated with that.
and the splitting of the costs that you were...
Doesn't change anything.
But the splitting that you were talking about is the $3,900,000.
Right.
Not the cost.
There's no
to
cost
the-
associated with this.
Yeah, okay.
It won't, the $3,950,000 will still be divided equally. That's the cost of the improvements. So that doesn't change, doesn't have anything to do with this. You'll still be exactly the same amount of money for each entity.
Any other questions? Would entertain a motion.
What's the resolution number?
1903.
I move we adopt resolution number 1903, determining the advisability of certain internal improvements in the city of Gardner, Kansas, authorizing such improvements in accordance with the findings of the governing body in KSA 12-6A01 and repealing resolution number 1885.
Second?
Motion Harrison, second Freeman, that we adopt resolution number 1903, determining the advisability of certain internal improvements in the city of Gardner, Kansas, authorizing such improvements in accordance with the findings of the governing body in KSA 12-6A01 and repealing ordinance number 1885. Kodovich.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Resolution 1903 passes. New business item number 4. Consider approving an ordinance levying and assessing special assessments on certain lots, pieces, and parcels of land liable for such special assessments to pay the cost of internal improvements in the city of Gardner, Kansas, USD 231 school campus. Laura.
Now that you've approved the amended benefit district, we now know the boundaries that we will be assessing the cost of, and this ordinance is to levy and assess those special assessments on the school's property. So there were some other documents here. Because the school district is the only petitioner and the only property owner, they've waived the full-blown process of having a public hearing, and because there was no reason to do that, they've committed to the project, and they've committed to their assessments, and they've agreed to these already, and that's what they did at their February 10th meeting. So the only thing left for you to do is to approve this ordinance that actually levies their half of the cost of the improvements, and that's what this is for.
Any more to present? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make public comments regarding new business item number 4? That being the case, questions for Laura regarding new business item number 4?
So if this ordinance does not get approved, then does that mean they owe 100% of the improved, for that benefit district, or does that mean that...
I'll defer to bond counsel on that, because it's, we've committed to pay 50%, so I'm not sure what happens then.
Hi, Patty Riley with Q-Tech Rock. No, it doesn't increase their liability. If for some reason this ordinance wasn't approved, then the impact of that would be that we would not be in a position to issue bonds to pay off the temporary notes that are currently outstanding the costs for the project would increase for both the city and